Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next question of our agriculture optional answer writing practice series. And the question for today is write the account of causes of waterlogging and its adverse effects on crops. So we have to discuss what causes waterlogging and how waterlogging affects the crops. So let's see how we can approach this answer. So basically in introduction part you can simply write about water logging, you can simply define water logging, you can give some facts about water logging. There are various certain reports on ICR which says that water logging causes a lot of problems to soil and crops leading to yield losses. So you can start by writing those data, you can collect them through internet or anywhere from ICR sites, or you can simply define what water logging is. What water logging is? When soil gets saturated with water. When soil gets saturated with water, that is, suppose the soil's capacity to handle water is have been reached or is going to reach. So that is what water logging is. You have obviously seen water logging. You have seen many fields where you will see that the water is not penetrating into the soil. The infiltration of water has become slow and a lot of water is onto the soil. So that is when the soil gets saturated with water, that is soil's capacity to handle excess water is not been able to work now because it has taken all the water which it could. Okay, so this is what water logging simply is. Now we will focus on the causes and effects, that what is directly asked in question. So first of all, causes of waterlogging. So obviously the major cause is the poor drainage system. Poor drainage system. So we all know that if you do go for flat irrigations and the drainage is not up to the mark, obviously the water will be stored in that field only. So it is the major cause in inadequate surface and subsurface drainage systems. Secondly, excessive irrigation. Excessive irrigation, when lot of irrigation is provided in high frequency, obviously, so the water will accumulate on field. Then seepage from canals. So what you can observe that, suppose this is the canal, so generally canals are beyond the ground. So suppose this is our field, so if there is some seepage from canal, the waters will come on the field and there will be water logging in the nearby fields. So seepage from canal is another problem. High rainfall and flooding, obviously nothing to discuss on it. High rainfall and flooding, we all know that in India the around 80 to 90% of rainfall is concentrated in 3 months. So obviously due to high frequency on those 3 months, there are high chances of water logging. Impervious soil layers. Impervious soil layers, what happens, suppose this is soil, our soil's layer, this is the top soil, this is the subsoil. So what happens, between them a hard pan sometimes tend to form. So due to when water is added to the soil is not due to this impervious soil layer, the water is not able to infiltrate into the deeper layers. That is why all the water accumulate on the upper layers only. So this is another problem. You can also mention about obstruction of natural drainage. Obstruction of natural drainage due to some construction activities. Suppose roads are there near your fields, if suppose there are some embankments, so which anything which are obstructing the flow of water, that could lead to water logging. So obstruction of natural drainage. Rise in groundwater table, this could also be a reason for water logging. Another reason could be deforestation. So what happens due to deforestation? So soil with trees have higher filtration ability, on for not filtration, infiltration ability. That is, due to higher trees on soils, the soil can infiltrate, or a lot amount of water can percolate into soil. But due to deforestation, due to lack of trees, this infiltration, the infiltration capacity of soil decreases and the water starts to accumulate. So these are the some of the causes of waterlogging. I think they are simple causes. You can simply understand and write them in your examinations. Now, what are the effects, adverse effects of waterlogging? Let's see the effects. First one is that oxygen deficiency will be there. We all know that our roots require oxygen, or require kind of aeration, soil aeration to breathe. So you can, instead of oxygen deficiency, you can write that a lack of soil aeration. So it will lead to anaerobic conditions, which will affect the nutrient uptake by root and other things, because it also needs certain amount of soil aeration to uplift nutrients. There would be some chances of diseases. For example, root rots could be there due to fungus. Fungus can thrive very well in waterlogged conditions. You can mention about fungus here. Certain fungus, or you can say certain fungal and bacterial diseases can thrive a lot, and you can give example of some diseases, or you can some pathogens such as phytophthora, and pythium. So these are the major causal causes. Next is the nutrient deficiency. What happens due to water logging and the leaching of water? There is chances of high denatrification and leaching, which can lead to nitrogen loss. There it could be other issues such as iron and manganese toxicity. Okay, iron and manganese toxicity can also happen. So nutrient problems start occurring in soils. Next, obviously the photosynthesis of the plant will be reduced. Photosynthesis is reduced, growth is reduced, because obviously here we will see that there would be water stress conditions, because due to anaerobic conditions, or due to less soil, you can say less soil aeration in the root zone, the root will not be able to absorb good amount of water. It is not that if you flood the field and if the water is logged, the performance of root decreases, and the water stress conditions in plant will kind of start, because the roots are not able to absorb lot amount of water. It can also lead to delayed maturity and low yield. Obviously, it will affect our various stages, various crop stages. For example, pulses, it can affect our pod development stage, and if it will be happening, then low yield will be a problem. It will also lead to poor seed germination and establishment. Germination and establishment. Obviously, there will be lack of air availability. All these things will hamper the germination inside the soil. It will also lead to soil structure degradation. Soil structure degradation, because what happens, water logging disrupts soil aggregates and increases compaction risks. It increases compaction risk in the soil. There are high chances of weed infestations also, because there are certain kind of semi-aquatic weeds, we can say, that love waterlogging conditions. Obviously, crops are not able to grow properly, and these weeds are loving waterlogged conditions. So that could be a problem. You can give examples of some weed species such as Econola and cypress species. So these are the some of the effects of waterlogging. So I think if you write 700 points, that would be enough. And you can mention a conclusion in the answer, and that is on you. You can write that how waterlogging is a major constraint in crop production, especially in low-lying areas, canal irrigated areas, high rainfall areas. So integrated water and soil management, you can mention about integrated soil and water management and practices such as poor drainage, controlled irrigation, proper crop selections. All these things are very essential to mitigate the impacts of water logging. Kind of you can write mitigation in 2-3 lines in conclusion. That would be enough. So if you like it, please press the like button, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis. And if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.